enforcement here in Oakland, especially that in Oakland we don't have tenant protections that exist in other cities such as San Francisco and Berkeley. There's something called no-cause eviction, so a landlord can give a tenant a 30-day notice for no reason, and it's completely legal.
We've been living here for 4 years. This building was sold on April the 3rd.
It was for sale for like 4 years, or 3 years, I'm sorry. But the owner kept saying he wasn't selling the building.
And we were contacted by the new owners 2 weeks later. And she immediately served my family with a 30-day notice.
Hey, get that one first.
For 8 weeks of just her wanting us out 4 weeks ago but no place to go, and me just sitting there telling her, Helen, if you know what the market is, if you know what's going on, I don't want your property. I would love to move. I'm happy to move, but you got to give us time.
I went to look at a place in Petaluma, and it's not ready though, and we have to be out by the 31st, and the place in Petaluma is not ready, and there's many applicants for that, so I don't know if we may even get that. We're packing up. We're going to put our things in storage. I don't like to use the word homeless or say that I fear being homeless. I mean, I really hope. I know it really won't come to that, but, you know, we still haven't found a place.
I'm from here because I didn't born. I'm from...
This whole house of, like, families, community, always getting together, holiday, different celebrations, children, you know, just fun stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like a bad dream. We woke up and we had to get out.
Just for the record, I went ahead and called some homeless shelters, just in case. I mean, I don't even want to think that I'd ever have to use them, but I did call just to find out that if I did go to a women's shelter, I couldn't take 3 of my sons with me, because you can't be a male child over 10 in a homeless shelter. They're putting people out in the streets, and then supposedly you have shelters and other organizations to help you, but not if you have kids, you know, or not if you have male children. So now this is starting to make me wonder, what is this whole thing with male kids and putting them in the street? I've never separate my family like that. So, you know, we're here together. We're here through thick and thin. Mommy, can you do something? Can you kind of like hold this like right here? Oh, like hold it. Got it? Yes.
You know, The Guardian in 1998 did a big cover story called The Economic Cleansing of San Francisco, and I think that at that point we hoped that we were at sort of like, you know, the peak of that trend, and, you know, that things would improve after that. We had already seen hundreds of evictions at that point, and kind of the fundamental change of the city was really underway. A lot more chain stores coming in, a lot more sort of upper end restaurants and boutiques and that whole thing happening. So I think, when we put out that story, we kind of were marking, you know, that particular moment in history. What we didn't realize was that in 1998, that was the beginning.
Our building's up for sale. We're facing eviction.
This is my 4th eviction since April.
There's been 15,000 legal evictions in the last 3 years in San Francisco. 15,000.
Everyone I know is kind of like on pins and needles.
What's going on in the Castro is the same as what's going on all over the city. Gentrification, evictions, evictions, evictions.
Y en muchos lugares no me aceptan con mucho niños. Me han dicho que como son 4 niños los que tengo, no me quieren aceptar con tantos niños.
The short version is we've been .com'd out of existence.
I think there's 800 nonprofits in the city right now, and they're saying a third of them are going to lose their leases in the next year. the visual artists, the dancers. All but 2 dance spaces have closed.
Our rent went from $6,000 to $12,000 a month.
I mean, we can't raise our prices 300%, you know, and yet they can raise our rent 300%.
We have less than a 1% vacancy rate, and a person who's on the street has almost no chance of finding a reasonable, similarly priced apartment.
I wanted to put a face to these kids, because they're also face eviction, and that's all I have to say.
More importantly than the details of like individuals' evictions, because we all read papers and we all know the stories that are going on, but more importantly than being evicted from our home, from our 4 walls, I feel is being evicted from our barrios, from our neighborhoods. This right here, this mission, this is my village, and I count on my village to help me raise my son. As everybody knows, you know, it takes a village to raise children, and I don't know what I'll do without you guys. Los quiero mucho, and we probably won't be here in a few months, but we'll always come back to make sure that everybody that's left here can stay at least. Peace.
For a change of pace, spend some of your days discovering nearby places where you can tour California's historic wineries and sample the flavor and bouquet of her famous vintages. And beyond the vineyards are the towering redwoods that stand majestically in a silence as old as time.
Rents go from $2,500 to $2,950 a month, 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, parking included, washer and dryer in the building, telephone secured access system. There's a ADT security system inside of each unit, wire for 8 phone lines, private roof decks, private patios. Each unit's a little bit different, so what else can I tell you?
The advantage of the live work is when you have people in and they're living there, then they're going to go out there and spend money and revitalize the whole downtown area.
I thought it was really criminal the way they used the artist as who they were building these live work lofts. I mean, to take our idea and then use us to push us out of the way was really painful to watch happen.
And so suddenly you had this new mentality surrounding these newcomers, people with no children, people that didn't need a kitchen, people that needed great space in which to work, great light, and needed 24-hour-a-day social-based services like restaurants and what have you, so you build a loft next door.
Consider this, the loft market, the loft rental